Hi, everybody. I'm Cathy Hazel Adams, and I wanted to spend a few minutes with you today talking about how to immediately, quickly identify maybe an idea or two that's really holding you back, limiting you from realizing your dreams and your potentials. We'll talk about what those kinds of ideas are and how to immediately identify them and change them or get rid of them. I thought it would be fun to record this. This is actually sort of a spontaneous thing in that for those of you who maybe don't know me as well, I am a lifelong mystic, metaphysician. I have spent my entire life just learning and focusing on how we create our reality, how I create my own reality, how we all do. I've studied for decades with Seth. I consider Seth to have raised me. That's the teachings of Seth are my foundation. And of course, I am a practitioner of quantum transformation and energy healing. So in any case, I am a conscious co-creation specialist. That's what I've spent my life focusing on and working with and playing with. And a couple of days ago, I had an experience that prompted this little meeting I wanted to share with you. So I had been doing quite a lot of clarification of inner agendas and inner ideas and what's authentic and what isn't in terms of my own practice and my own career with this going forward, and what I wanted that to look like and those sorts of things. And things have been going very well, and just I've been having so much fun and realizing abundance of, basically getting paid to do what I love to do and what I do best. And it's just going great. And I was sitting there in my morning meditation, and I realized as I was sitting there being with this, that even though I was in this state of being paid for what I do and do best and what I enjoy doing, there was this weird, uncomfortable feeling. And when I went into it, I found, to my surprise, this sort of remnant program that said, I'm supposed to be going out and figuring out how to earn a living. And I thought, what? And what that's from is there was a time in the past in which I was deciding what I wanted to do and how I wanted to do it and whether or not I wanted to commit to quantum transformation and energy healing as an actual career with income and as the main thing I did in terms of income. So that is an old program that I have to go out and figure out how to make a living. But here I am with things going just wonderfully, doing what I love, being paid to do what I love. And there it came up, that discomfort. And of course, anything that comes up like that for you, for me, for you, is going to be a snag in our true greatest fulfillment of our potentials and our best life. So I wanted to share this with you and go over a few things. And the way it came to me is, it's my job to work on how to earn a living. Is it really? No, that's an old, obsolete, unhelpful line of programming that I was still carrying. So what today is about, and it won't be just real long, but we're going to go through and visit some of the programs that any of us might be carrying that are actually preventing us from realizing our full potentials in our most joyful, satisfying life. So we can call it, what's your job? It's my job to. You can also use the word role. Sometimes that's more appropriate in some of these things. It's the role I've taken on. It's my role too. Another way you might put it is, well, I'm supposed to be, fill in the blank. So, but I'm calling it, just for ease here, it's my job. So I'm going to ask you, what's your job? So how about, it's my job to try hard. Okay. Somewhere along the line, you've learned to try hard. That sounds really good, except where's the outcome? Where's the benefit? If it's your job to try hard, that is what you are always doing. Nowhere in there have we built in, it's my job to put in effort and realize success and realize joy and realize abundance. It's my job to work hard. Let's see. So how about, it's my job to prevail over challenges and obstacles. You know, parents sometimes, very well intended and not wrongly, teach their kids how to be tenacious and work through problems and get through problems so that they can realize their goals. The however is, if there's too much emphasis on that or just a really strict focus on that, what you then have is a child, a person that then their job in life is to prevail over challenges. So guess what? They're not doing what they're supposed to do unless they're prevailing over a challenge. And what does that mean? They're always in the middle of a challenge and an obstacle to prevail over, because why? It's their job. It's what they're supposed to be doing. It might be better to expand that to, it's my job to focus on my goals and my visions and continue to move toward those and take effective action toward those, and move through any obstacles that might come up. In other words, expand into something a little more helpful and beneficial than it's just my job to prevail over obstacles, because then that's all you're going to do ever. You heard mine. It's my job to figure out how to make a living. That's not even true anymore for me. But there it was coming up. And if it came up, by the way, that's not a problem. It's not a, I did something wrong, because it's still there. I've heard clients say those kinds of things. I thought I got rid of that. No, thank you. Thank you for showing me that information, that I was still carrying that funky little line of programming that was probably still holding me back from fully realizing my potentials for a joyful, abundant life. Okay? It's my job to earn a regular income at a real job and have a job that I punch into and go to work every day. That's my job. That's what I'm supposed to do. Is it? Does it have to be? Doesn't that rather limit you from perhaps having your own business or having a much more free and creative lifestyle from which you also earn income or completely earn your income? How about this one? And of course, in my work, I come across this frequently, both in people that are peers, but also people that come to me as clients that may also be peers. It's my job to heal sick people. It's my job to help sick people. That sounds wonderful, and it is, except this. If that is your job to heal sick people, then what you're also saying is, unless you are healing sick people, you're not doing what you're supposed to do. You're not doing your job. And what does that mean? You always have to be healing sick people. And that means that there will always be sick people, just a nonstop flow of sick people to you, because you're not doing your job unless you're healing sick people. Meaning you won't even be able to take a vacation when you want it, or take a break, or maybe you've done this enough and you don't need to do it for a while or anymore. No, it's your job to heal sick people. And so you're not okay unless you're doing that. So think about what those things mean. How about, it's my job to be there for my friends? I've known people like this, and once I describe this, I'll bet you have too. It's my job to be there, to be a good friend and be there for my friends. Well, being there for friends pretty much connotes the friends are in trouble and they need help and they're experiencing pain and struggle, and you're being a good friend by being there for them. The thing about it is this: if it's your job to be there for friends who are in trouble, what are you going to experience? Friends who are in trouble all the time. And I've known people like this, that's sort of the idea, belief they carry about themselves, the way they identify themselves. Their lives are a constant stream of trauma and drama. There's always sick and devastated and teary friends in their lives, sitting in their living room crying about something. All they have is friends who are experiencing trauma and drama, because they have said that their job is to be there for friends in trouble. So in that instance, it might be better to expand that out to, it's my job to be a good friend. And that means Sure, being there if someone needs something, companionship, laughter, seeing eye to eye, being on the same page, learning and growing together, enjoy. Expand those ideas out into something freer, more beneficial. If the ideas of what your job is aren't really yielding the most joyful life that you know you can be experiencing. How about, it's my job to always be aware of my weight and what I'm eating. It's my job to always be working with this as an issue and a struggle. It becomes part of your identity. Oh, that's my job. Is it? Does it have to be? Well, we can change that, and I'm going to tell you how in just a moment. And again, I see this one all the time in my work. It's my job to be working on myself and fixing what's wrong with me. Well, if it's your job to be fixing what's wrong with you, then there's always going to be something wrong with you to fix, isn't there? You're never going to be right. It's never going to be done. So, first of all, let's give you the idea that your job is to blossom and be the best possible you can be, doing the things that give you joy, that are interesting to you, your natural proclivities, your natural abilities and interests, fulfilling those. That is your job. Once you make that your job, then those other things certainly can be the things you do that fulfill that. For me, for instance, I very much enjoy helping people clear their energetic patterns of limiting, fear-based, constricting ideas and beliefs. But that's not my job. My job is to be the most joyful, satisfied me I can be, and that is my enjoyment, and so I do that. But I don't pin my identity to I have to be doing that. There's a subtle but huge difference there. So make it your job to live your most joyful, satisfying life, following your natural proclivities and interests and abilities. And of course, taking appropriate, effective action that supports that in the physical world. If you want to be a photographer and do wedding shoots and website shoots, by all means, go get a good camera, take a class or two, get a book or two, learn how to do what it is you want to do, and then pick up the phone and let people know you're doing it and start doing some photo shoots. Take action. I'm going to be doing another YouTube on taking action, but there's a start. If you must keep, I'm supposed to work hard, I have to work hard, I have to try, fine, keep it, but extend that out to fulfill my visions and make abundant money and have a ball, to be successful. I would suggest sit down with yourself and just ask yourself, what's my job? It's my job to blank. I'm supposed to be, or I'm supposed to blank. And then start filling that out. If you find things that you know darn well are not helping, like that one for me, it's my job to be figuring out how to make a living. Where is that useful right now? You can literally just, with intention, always with aware intention, scoop that out of your field, meaning like sort of a 360-degree bubble around you. Scoop that out and put it into a triangle, which is an ancient symbol of change. Change this or take it away. Put it into a triangle. You can put it into a bonfire if you like that symbol of we're eliminating this. You can put it into a trash can if you like that symbol of we're done with that. I will often see in sessions as I'm removing things from people's energetic sort of programming, I'll see the words remove or delete, and I'll literally scoop things out with remove, with a remove command or a delete command. I may even do it twice, and then feel it with absent that line of programming. It was simply not helping. And the thing is this, that even if you're not confident or you don't feel like you're removing that from your field, if you can't really feel it, sometimes that happens. That is okay. You're having the intention, you're realizing that holding that idea is not helping you realize your true best life. Having the intention to let it be gone from your idea field, from your program set, so to speak, is enough to have it start leaving and changing. So actually reaching in and scooping it out is something that just helps you have permission to let it go. But your very intention to be clear of it will initiate you being clear of it. So that's it for today. I hope something I said was helpful to you, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Blessings.